Mic check, mic check. What's up? What up? What up, y'all? Hey, how you guys doing, man? Here with Limitless Hoops. Limitless. Where is it? Right here. Limitless Hoops. I'm still getting used to saying that because we've been saying 50 All Stars this entire time. I mainly have to say it on the phone. All right, so it's just strange. All right, but yes, I'm getting used to it, and we have to get used to it as well because this thing might blow up, guys. All right, it's looking good for this weekend. We have a bunch of people sign up. They're kind of like last second people, but listen, I'm gambling and I'm keeping these people. Basically, when they sign up, I'm giving them an offer that they can't refuse. An offer that they can't refuse, meaning like I will get them signed up to be a part of our team no matter what because we do need the people. And once you get the people, then anything's possible. And I'm going to gamble on us, just like you guys should gamble on yourself. Because I know when people join this program, they're going to get way better than anyone else could have gotten them because we're teaching them the right things. We're being brave. We're not caring about money. And things like that. All right, who's here? Check it in the comment section if you are here. I see Kieran and Declan Louth. Hi, what up? All right, so if you're coming to the tryouts, again, here's the schedule. Let me see. We were set to talk about tryouts, right? We are meeting up at what times is it? What times are they? They are at Saturday from 12 to 2 in Broomfield. All right, that one is at Legacy High School. All right, then we have Saturday 3 to 5 in Centennial. All right, again, we have a lot of people sign up, so it should be fun. 3 to 5 in Centennial at Parker Fieldhouse. Yep. All right, and then Sunday from 11 to 1 in Denver. That's at the Denver Waldorf School. All right, and then Sunday from 5 to 7 in Aurora at Fieldhouse USA. All right, and again, all the stuff to find those places, it's online. If you can't find places by their name nowadays, I mean, you should probably just give up, man, because our phones give us so much information these days, right? All right, so those are the locations. The people that I'm driving. I also got Gavin's mom, Cassandra, said that she would drive. Bryson said that he would drive as well. All right, but the one people that I'm driving, I got Aiden asked for a ride whenever he doesn't have games. I got Rohit, I got Wyatt Smith, I got Noah and Austin Masseth. So that's my full car right there. So if you didn't hear your name, I kind of don't have a spot for you. So tell me if you need a ride, and we will figure that part out. Okay, there are enough cars going there. We can figure it out. But just let us know. Let me know in the comment section, basically. Okay, if you have to. All right, I'm in the comment section today, and I am right here. I'm never in the comment section, but now I am there just to see if the comments are working. All right. Anyways, let's see what do we have here. Let's start with the. That was the trial information. Really excited for that. Got to grow the program, and we will probably have games next weekend. We're trying to figure that out as well. And our monthly challenge. Who's doing the monthly challenge? Let me know in the comment section as well. But also let me know in the homework section, man. If you're doing the monthly challenge, you might as well be posting it to our website so we can inspire other people to do it as well, because this is a team game. It's not just about you, but also you're going to need those teammates to inspire you to keep going. That's why we do things as a group. That's how our world works, okay? Back when it was like just small little bitty hamlets and towns and we didn't have big cities, we were inspiring each other a lot less to build upon ideas and like ideals even, right? And but as soon as we all got together, here come the skyscrapers and the cure for polio and things like that. So use each other in life just to become better, all right? Just to push each other. All right, let's see what else do we have here. We got our quote of the day. Now, anyone showing up late because you guys have school and stuff like that, it's my apologies. But again, you don't have to watch the show live. I'll keep the trivia till the end, but make sure that you rewatch over the show. All right, because these are the things that I don't want to constantly say during practice because I want us working out. That's kind of how this show was like made. All right. First, I just opened up the gym, and then the kids were just doing stuff like getting their shots up, and it wasn't good enough. So I was like, you guys don't know anything. So I started teaching them stuff, and then they would quit. because it got too hard. So then I started telling stories. But then there were so many freaking stories that we weren't working out as much. So then I wrote this book, this small book, that had most of our stories in it. But then I took away the stories, and then they got uninspired because no one really read the book. And I was like, oh my God, really? So then I brought the stories back, and I made sure I just spoke for like 5 minutes of practice. And they had this if they wanted to refer to the actual story. But then I wanted to make it better because now all of our workouts weren't exactly like perfect. So that's when I created this book right here. So that kids knew what to do in their spare time as well. And it had a whole bunch more stories, but we still need the stories in practice. But I don't want them in practice, so then I created this show. But now no one's watching the show, so it's kind of like we are back at square one again. So we have to get people to watch the show so that we can fully encapsulate the entire hour of practice, because we have to get better. And if I'm telling stories or even explaining things during practice, it's not good. So here's the quote of the day, and hopefully you guys are watching the show, which is why I don't tell you what the quote of the day is in person. I have you guys do push-ups for it. All right, and it's big things often have small beginnings. All right, and that's kind of why I just told the whole story of our beginning. All right, this thing will be big one day. It's going to be an unstoppable force. But it all started with just like a man in a basketball. No, it started with I believe our very, very first member, besides my stepdaughter at the time, was, I think it was Nikki Marquez. Or maybe like Dennis Dorinkine. No, Dennis Pamazanov, sorry. I knew it was some Russian name. Those are my first people that I ever had. The first one to ever sign up actually was someone on my daughter's team actually. Ortega. Julia Ortega. The first people. And we just started off very, very small. And ever since then, it's just been growing and growing and growing. If I was disheartened by just having a few people when I began, that wouldn't take me to this point. And if you're disheartened by where you are standing right now, you're never going to get to the point where you want to be. So you can't look at the small beginnings, like if you're too slow, can't shoot, too short, whatever it may be, too fat, too skinny. You can't look at it as that. It's just, that's where every beginning starts. Now, some people are blessed. They're like 8 feet tall when they're 2. Some people have $1 million before they're born. Yeah, I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about most stories. People start at the bottom. People start off with nothing. So if you have nothing, that's not a time to be disheartened. That means that you're right in line with the greatest people of all time. You're right where you need to be to create an amazing story. No one wants to see the story where the kid's already the best and he becomes the best. Everyone knows that story. That's stupid. No one's going to watch that movie. People like the ups and downs. People like the underdogs winning in the end. So that can be you. So, but you can't get there if you look at your small start and look at your small beginning and being like, oh, I suck, I can never do this. You have to be like, oh, dude, I have an awesome origin story. All right, so that's the quote of the day. Big things often have small beginnings. So don't be disheartened. All right, keep going, keep going, keep going. And tonight, how we're going to be going is we got our autonomous workout tonight, which is always great. I might set the whole thing up to make it autonomous, and I'm going to include the judge ring dribbling. We might get that out the way in the beginning. Baseline sweep finger roll layup, we got that one. Layup to create, got that one. Step ups to shots, we can do that as well. Retreat to explode drill, we can do that as well. So I might do the retreat and explode. I might do the judge ring dribbling with you guys, but then I'll set up the last 3, maybe with like a 1-on-1 basket. We'll see what we could do, but we will make it autonomous. We might add some what is that called? Some hurdles. All right, so that you guys can time it out as well. So we're going to get a great workout. And I like the autonomous workouts because it shows me that you can possibly do it by yourself. All right. The bottom level is like I-9 sports, right? Like YMCA, where they're having you do nothing. Then above that is like the Titans, where they are having you do team stuff. And they're hoping that you do the extra stuff on your own. And then there's our program where we do the team stuff and we do the extra stuff at our practices. I got to tell you, there's something better. There's something better than what we have. There's something better is there's you doing it on your own. All right? And actually, you know what? Better than that would be you doing it on your own in conjunction with us doing it at practice. So including all that. Now, that takes a lot of work on our behalf, a lot of work on your behalf. It also takes a lot of trust. We have to trust you that you're going to do it. You have to trust us that what we say is correct so you can take it home. And then trust yourself that you're not wasting your time. All right? It's gonna equal to something. It's going to equate to something, all right, if you just go for it. So that's why we do the autonomous workouts, to see who can kind of like bridge that gap between us doing everything for you and you not doing anything and you doing something on your own. Because usually you just like, everyone wants to be a sheep. All right, and you can't be a sheep in this world and hope to have like all your dreams come true, unless your dream is to be a sheep, I suppose. All right, so that's what we're doing tonight. What we did earlier this week is retreat to pass. That's a really, really hard pass, but we practiced it. Then jump stop to corner option, reading the offense. All right, and then we also have jab to a 3-option jumper that we included. Then shots to box outs, Lana's moves, one-on-one post. Lana's moves are the best ones in there. It's just reading the offense, or reading the defense, up and unders, things like that. Creating room, space. It's a great set of moves. Again, Lana Wenger is at Texas Tech. I wonder if she's using Lana's moves at Texas Tech. I got to ask her. All right. Last thing is what we're doing next week is the back down series, pick and roll rescreen, Statue of Liberty, 2-ball catch, dowel jumps, and peekaboo shots. All right. I love how these all work together. That was just fortuitous. I did not mean for like the 2-ball catch is with one hand, the Statue of Liberty is with one hand control, and then on top of that, the back down series has one of those with one hand as well. So it's a nice combination of drills that happens to work. All right. So that's everything that we're doing next week, today, and earlier this week right there. All right, moving on. We got our movie of the day and our challenge of the day. Let's talk about the challenge first real quick. Okay, the challenge for the day is the 9th grade challenge. And you guys should be finishing up with day 20 of the homework assignment. Make or shoot your set number of shots for the day based on what you did or didn't do yesterday. All right, so yesterday, if you reached your goal, it should be one shot higher. All right, if you started with 500, maybe now you're on like 520 if you went straight. All right, it depends on where you were at, and it's just a thing to push yourself every single day. You get rewarded by getting more shots. All right, that's your reward, is taking more shots. So that's the cool twist of this particular drill. All right, so if you printed it out, you should be filling it out and give it to us by the end of the month. As for the movie of the day, we get the 9th grade movie of the day is Kingpin. All right. Only watch this if you're 9th grade or above, and maybe if you're a 9th or 10th grader, ask your parents for permission, because it does say a few lewd things. I know in this day and age, some parents are kind of weird about that stuff, but this is a funny movie. This might be the funniest movie on the whole list. Is it? Man, it's there's a few funny movies. But this one, probably the funniest movie for me on the list. This movie is hilarious. All right, there's a few cool things in this movie. One is this guy's name, and the little thing right there. He used to be like a pro. Oh wait, that's not the main guy. Sorry, there's 2 guys in this. That's Bill Murray. All right, so he's the bad guy, but the other guy is Woody Harrelson. He's the good guy. Woody Harrelson at the beginning of the movie. I don't want to tell you too much. Do I have a spoiler? Spoiler, please. Spoiler. All right. He is a bowler, a pro bowler, and he loses his hand. How he lost his hand is because he lost in like a gambling thing, where like basically he got screwed over. Okay, and they use his name, Munson, to describe any time someone has been profoundly screwed over in life. And he doesn't find that out for like 20 years. Someone's like, I don't want to be Munson. He goes, what did you say? He goes, Munson, like when you're just like screwed over by something. He goes, what? And it was like it was a word based off of his name. That's how famous like he was, I guess. But he didn't like know about it. But he ends up trying to like train this like new bowler who's Amish. And I can't say like how funny it is, but it's amazingly funny, but also a pretty decent movie. If I had to give it stars out of 50, number of stars, it's a very, very funny movie. Not amazing in terms of like dialogue and things like that, but like our plot. But it's just so funny. I'm going to give it 43 stars. 43 out of 50 stars, Kingpin. Ninth graders, watch that movie. I promise you, man, you will not be disappointed. If you watch the movie, make sure that you post it to our homework section. All right, let's check our homework section. Speaking of witches, we have our homework stationary passing with Kieran and Declan Louth. Noah Masseth. Working out. That used to be Connor. Now we have no Connor. All right, Limitless Hoops. I'm almost done with that. I got three more things to draw out. I'm so excited. Then I'll start filming all the workouts next too. So that thing took me a whole year. It's probably going to take us like at least 6 months to film all the demos with all the people that we need, all the workout stuff. It's going to be fun. We already have like some of them already filmed, but I'm going to redo them. I'm excited to do all that stuff. But great job with all the homework, you guys. We're all doing homework. We're all getting better. It's time to do this. Our story of the day is brought to you by 50 All-Stars pens. All right. 50 All-Stars pens. Whenever you're in need of a pen and need a good some good ink, use a 50 All-Stars pen. These have been trusted for over 2 years. We haven't been in business for that long, but haven't had these pens for that long. But yes, these pens are amazing. We're going to bring them to our trial so people can have a question and answer period as well. So that's that. All right, but watch the story of the day. When you've got something to prove, there's no greater challenge. Embrace it absolutely every single time. When you've got something to prove, there's no greater challenge. Embrace it every single time. Yes, it's a great feeling to like basically feel like you're worthless, I guess, because you got to start there, right? To feel like you have something to prove means that you're like worth less than what you actually are, and that you want to be worth more. So you're kind of like worthless in a way. It's a weird thing. It's like a negative, but it's a positive. Because if you had nothing to prove, that means that you're like resting on your laurels, and like if you have nothing to prove, you don't really have to move anywhere. People say that like it's like it's a great thing. They're like, oh, LeBron James has reached the point where he has nothing left to prove. It's just a cop out. All right, you always have something to prove because there's someone out there who doesn't believe in you. Even if the whole world seems like they believe in you, someone out there doesn't believe in you. All right, so when you have something to prove, there's no greater like, what do I call it? No greater battle. No greater challenge than when you have something to prove. All right, so go out there and prove it, and you do that by embracing it. You don't just like ignore it, all right, and just be like, okay, let me just get the negative out of my mind, and let me just go down this route easy. Now breathe, and then just play the game with a smile. No, not exactly. All right. You do want to play the game with a smile. You do want to be carefree and not too much pressure on yourself and things like that. But at the end of the day, you can't forget your goals, and you must put forth a full effort. And that's a weird balance because you're saying, I'm saying that I want you to put forth, well, first of all, I'm saying I want you to put forth 100% effort, even though you may have 0% chance to win. But now, you got to put 100% effort without being overcome by that effort. All right? I'm asking you to carry the weight without being squished. To carry the weight physically and emotionally and mentally without being squished mentally and emotionally. And heck, even physically. All right? You don't want it to, be too overbearing for yourself, but you do want to put a lot of weight on yourself. So it's a strange, like counterbalance, because you're like, how much pressure, how much stress can I take on? And you don't know. But if you have something to prove, you have some weight to put on. So place the weight on yourself and embrace it. Like, not like it's a weight to carry, but like it's your baby. All right, and like you're more than happy to be carrying this weight. You're more than happy to be running these sprints. You're more than happy to be shooting extra shots. You're more than happy to be diving for loose balls and getting bruised up and things like that. You're more than happy to be getting your butt kicked by 70 points on the road because you're playing against some better team out there. You're more than happy to do all that stuff. And it's not like you're overcoming anything. It's like you love this, and that's what brings the smile to your face. You're not donning the smile to avoid the perils of all these thoughts. You're smiling because of all these things and because you get a chance to battle. You're going out there and you feel special because you get to go through all this stuff. There's a movie called Count of Monte Cristo. All right, and in the movie there's a speech, and he goes like, life will have you, winning sometimes, losing sometimes. And then sometimes you're on the rocky shore, and there will be a storm coming, and the storm will try to knock you down. And then you have to look at the storm in the eye, and you say to the storm, do your worst, for I will do mine. You ask the storm to do its worst. You ask for as much as it has to offer, because you're coming at it just as hard. It's like you're in a boxing match and you're like, I don't want to just knock you out. That's not fun. I need you to come and try to kill me, because that's what I want, and because I'm coming to try to get you. All right? So that's how you have to see things, see these things in life, in terms of like, you want as much of the pressure as possible. You want as much of the burden as possible, and you love it. So when you've got something to prove, there's no greater challenge. Embrace it absolutely every single time. That's the story of the day. All right, moving on, let's check. I'm going to ask the trivia question. I'm not sure if anyone's here. If you are here, you can answer the trivia question. If you're not here, you have until the end of the show to answer it. If no one answers it, you can answer it in the comment section. First one to comment wins. All right, the trivia question today is... I don't know why I'm looking at the screen for the trivia question. It wouldn't be there. All right. But yes, we got Karen Louth with 4, Noah Masseth with 2, Connor Rush with 1, Jordan Size with 1. All right, the trivia question today is right there. All right, what pick in the NBA draft, in the 1984 NBA draft, was Charles Barkley? That's the trivia question today. And again, I'll give you guys some time to answer it with some nice music, okay? Because that's what people do. All right. What pick in the 1984 NBA draft was Charles Barkley? If you happen to know, you can answer it. I'll give you guys about 10 seconds. I'm not sure if anyone's watching the show right now, but if you guys are watching on the replay, you can answer in the comment section if someone has not answered it. And at the end of the month, you get a coin if you happen to get the most wins. But right now, the most wins is that guy, Kieran Louth, with 4 wins for the month. We do the show every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so that gives you about 12 opportunities to win, if not more so. So, does anyone know what pick was Charles Barkley? Oh, Kieran is here. All right, that is the answer. It is the 5th pick of the NBA draft, because the first pick was Akeem Olajuwon, I think, right? And then Sam Bowie. And then Michael Jordan. And then, obviously, Charles Barkley's 5th. Who else is picked right before Charles Barkley? Who could it have been? Clyde Drexler? I don't even know. Let me see. 1984 NBA draft. Just so I'm not lying on you guys. All right, NBA draft 1984. Akeem Olajuwon was right. Oh, Sam Bowie, Michael Jordan. Then my guy, Sam Perkins. He played for the Lakers. Jeez. And then Charles Barkley. Wouldn't it be so cool to go back in time and tell people who to pick? But funny thing is that they would probably not be as good. So like if you look way down this list at like John Stockton at number 16, I thought he was 15, but 16, if he got picked where he should have been picked, what? Like, Michael Jordan should have gone first. Akeem Olajuwon should go second. Charles Barkley should have gone third. There you go. John Stockton should have gone fourth. He would have went to Dallas. Chances are Dallas might not be the city for him. Might be too hot. Maybe the coaches weren't good. They definitely didn't develop Sam Perkins into a Hall of Famer. All right? And maybe it's like he didn't have Karl Malone on his team. All his entire career might have changed. So sometimes when you get passed up, sometimes it's like the best possible thing. Who else was picked in here? Devin Durant. There was a guy named Devin Durant that was picked number 25 in the second round. He went to BYU. It sounds a lot like Kevin Durant. Isn't that weird? Think about this draft. That draft was so epic. It even had Kevin Durant in it, kind of. All right. Jerome Kersey was the second to last pick of the draft. He went up there pretty well. But yeah, crazy. Otis Thorpe was up there as well. Alvin Robertson had a great career. That's about it. Vern Fleming was okay. Jeff Turner was okay. That's about all the guys that I know. But yes. All right, moving on. Congratulations, Kieran. You got yet another win, and that is your 5th win for the month. That is now, you are at 5. All right, finishing up here, we got some news. What is the news today? What do you have? Oh, yes, the collective bargaining agreement. All right, collective, everyone together, bargaining. Hey, how much money do you want to do? An agreement. Contracts. The collective bargaining agreement is what the NBA uses to come up with a deal between its players and its owners. Because the owners make an absurd amount of money, but they're already rich. But they keep like 50% of the profits, basically, right? And the players want to keep 50% too, because without the players, you have nothing, right? We want to think that the person playing chess is in charge of the chessboard, but without chess pieces, you really couldn't play chess. So the players here are the chess pieces. The owners are the chess players, basically. But in the end, like the players are sweating, but the owners paid for it all, right? It's a weird balance, but I would say it's about 50-50. But how much of that should they get? Because they also have to pay for the venues, pay for everything else. And the overall scheme of things, you don't want to create a situation where the players feel like they're slaves. Like, no matter how much money you get, if you can't do what you want to do in life, you're kind of a slave. So they don't want to feel that way. But then again, the owners don't want to be used. Because no matter how much you're getting in return, if you're just giving and not getting anything back, that's not a life well worth spent. At least in many people's eyes. Right? Because if you're doing something for society, for people, you should be getting something back. So that's where the weird balance comes in. And lately, especially with the pandemic and stuff like that, people are now starting to realize that happiness is a huge priority in life. And these players don't want to be in Minnesota their entire careers. So if they're unhappy about being on a team, where can they go that would still be fair to a league that wants to create a great product? Because a great product is weird. You need the NBA to have what? Good teams, of course, right? You need the good players, but you also need some competitiveness. If every game is a blowout, that's not good either, but you kind of want to, you don't need every team being equal, because that's not good either, which is strange. Football has that, and it's cool that every team can win, but at the same time, when you have a dynastic rule of a certain team, that team becomes more and more popular. Like right now, we can't name the teams that have like won the last few NFL things, but we can name a more unpopular sport, women's college basketball. It's UConn. And when you have a dynasty, it kind of like propels these people, and people always know who to expect, right? So you need it to be kind of like tiered, and it's weird. And these CBA bargaining agreements, they come down to like all that stuff. So what would you be like if you were forced to play for a certain place? Would you want to leave? Would you go to a better team? Would you go to a worse team? How would you want to play it? And how much would money come into the factor of it? Because if money didn't matter just to enough people, they could create a dynasty. They could just be on the same team and take pay cuts like Steph Curry did to get Kevin Durant on his team. All right, it's a very, very strange conundrum, but they figure it out every I think 2 or 4 years or something like that, where they have a new collective bargaining agreement each and every single time. And the players have lately become so powerful that maybe they're going to get negotiated down to where the owners are going to ask for less so that the players aren't so powerful, so they can't just pick and choose their teams. So very strange things, but I just wanted to talk about all that stuff. Don't forget that the quote of the day, you guys. is big things often have small beginnings. So if you're in the midst of a small beginning, don't worry about it. All right, that's where all big things come from. So be excited, get excited, and stay excited. Okay. All right. I will see any of you guys who are showing up for workouts today. I'll see you guys at the workout. All right. And where's my music so I can get out of here? I need some music. Maybe I don't have the music. It's okay. I'll find some music. Maybe we'll just leave to the Jeopardy theme song. All right. See you guys later, man. Peace.
Set up next live.